All right, what's up everybody? This is today's vlog. Actually, it's gonna be Thursday and Friday's vlog. This is 2 days here. So Thursday, let's talk about it real quick. We had to get up early and we were in New Mexico. We fought the rain and all that good stuff like that, but it's always the week, the holiday loads are always gonna be, like, you gotta be early because they close early and all that good stuff like that. So I called ahead of time. I called the customer, that load of drywall that I had. They told me that their normal operations are like 3 p.m., but it's July 3rd, and they're like, we're gonna close at noon. So I got there, I ended up getting, you know, right when I needed to get there. I got there at 10 o'clock, but here's an interesting thing, part of it, right? Where it's like, you go, and those guys are ready to go home. So I get there, and these guys mean the forklift drivers. I get there, and they're like, we gotta go, hurry up, hurry up. And, you know, people can take that a bunch of different ways, right? So the way that you should take it is, that's a customer you have. A customer that you have, you shouldn't necessarily make them wait. You shouldn't be making them wait, only because of the fact that there are times, and if you do trucking in any way, whether it's reefer, whatever it is, you sometimes have to wait hours and hours and hours. So when a customer is eager to get you unloaded, whether it's the end of the day, beginning of the day, whatever it is, you should respond and put a little pep in your step. That's also another trick that a lot of people don't know about, is sometimes when you get to a customer, if you put a little pep in your step, then sometimes they kind of see the urgency, and maybe sometimes they'll get you unloaded faster. That literally has worked for me a bunch of times. That's a trucking secret. I don't know how about it is in dry van, but in flatbed, that's the way it is. So like, say so I got unloaded, and then my next load was, I had to go about 100 miles. So that was about 3 hours of driving, parked, got untarped. I got untarped, put all my equipment away, in literally, and unloaded and out of there in an hour and 15 minutes. So boom, we're good there. So then at that point, I get my next assignment because it's all lined up. And so then I go get some rebar. This is what and then let me show you guys here. Let me see if I can see this here. This is a rebar. What's weird about this rebar is it's 53-foot rebar, almost like they shove it in a dry van, but it's a flatbed load. So anyways, that was a load of rebar, and so I went and picked that up, and that was in like Phoenix area. I picked that load up, and it was literally like 105 degrees, whatever. It was hot outside, but you just got to keep going. You get your water, and you got to take your time. But you just when it's really hot like that, the goal is not to go as fast as you can go, period. The goal, what I do, is how fast can I go without stopping? Because once you start stopping, then you take a break, you look at your phone, blah, 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 da, 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 then it takes forever. So how fast can you go? Like, what pace can you go without stopping? If you're in really good shape, you could go as fast as you want. You know, if you're not in good shape, you have to pace yourself. That's a good kind of rule of thumb, what I use. How fast can I go without stopping? Anyways, I get this rebar load. This is the weekend 4th of July load. So that's the thing about the 4th of July load. The hours of operation changed, and some customers just shut down. If you don't make it, you're gonna be stuck somewhere. So let's say if I didn't make my unload, if I didn't make my unload, I couldn't have got my reload. But if that load was already booked, I might have had to stay in that town to get unloaded and reloaded on Monday. So you lose all this running. I'll essentially lose almost 1,000 miles because I couldn't get my unload. I couldn't get unloaded. Versus, or what if I didn't make my reload? So if you know anything about trucking, like rookie drivers will get stuck with that because they're not realizing what's going on. And then so consequently, I go get my load of rebar, and then I'm right away looking for places to go walk. So this is where I picked. I'm in New Mexico on I-40. If you know the place, put it in the comment section if you know where the place is. But anyways, I'm gonna go walk. Hold on. I'm gonna go walk over there. 5 miles. I'm actually gonna try to walk to the next exit. There's a little dirt path there. I got all my supplies. I ate my meal in the morning. I'm ramped up. We're good to go. That's one of the things I've been doing with Trucker Health is I love walking. And so now everywhere I park, it's based on can I go exercise there? Can I go find a place to park? Is there a restroom so I can go running? Can I buy supplies, water, and electrolyte hydration stuff? So that's kind of like what I do in trucking, is now that's kind of what I'm motivated for. So I'm all ready, went to the restroom, put a little water in my hair, got our backpack filled up with stuff, and let's go take this 5-mile trip, or probably, well, it's 10 miles because it's 5 each way. Anyways, I'll hit you guys up when I'm halfway. All right, here. So we started our walk. We're, hold on, let me show you here. We are, I don't know if you can see that, 5.6 miles in. We're on the west side of this little town. What is this? Holbrook, Arizona. We walked from the truck. On the way back, I'll get some footage of the area that I walked through, but we walked all the way into town. It was really about 4.8 miles, at halfway point. I stopped at the Circle K at the end. I had all that planned. I resupplied up. I bought some more. I got some water because I drank enough water to get here. And yeah, feels good. You know, it's interesting because you could only go so fast, right, when you're trying to pace yourself. And the whole thing is not to kind of zonk out and burn yourself out. But it's, you know, I ran into this old guy. And when I go back, there's like a little tourist section, like you could park in there, like see what the city's about and everything. And this guy, we started talking. He was a guy who lives in Bakersfield. Old guy named Randy. Sounds cliche, right? But anyways, we just started chatting it up, and when I told him I grew up in LA, he called me a homeboy. I could never answer. Anyways, we're gonna end it here for this section. We got to keep going here and make some time. We don't want to go walk through the dirt in the dark. Although I got the headlamp. I got a headlight, and if we do that, we're definitely taking a video of that. So anyways, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, there you go. Pit stop. This is not the first pit stop, but this is the vlog pit stop. On the way back, I'll make more videos. On the way there, I wanted to get there. Okay, we're 7 miles in, 7.5 actually. We got about 2.2 miles to go. We're feeling good. I think we got our hydration. I think we got our hydration formula or strategy. Looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. But I don't feel like I'm zonking. We're going at a decent speed. And it's cool, man. We're just right here getting our walk in. We should end about 9.6 miles. But anyways, yeah. All right, we're done with, we're back at the truck stop, and we are 9.6 miles in. I think I'm gonna do a couple laps just to hit an even 10. I'm tired, and I'm gonna end today's vlog. Bob, 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 Bob. You see the cool dinosaurs? Let me get a better video of this here. Look at it. All right. Yep, there you go.